Quickest Viking.
That was awesome.
Well, hey, Motor Warriors. It's another day to tell a story. Boy, I don't know, y'all probably can't see these views, but boy, it sure is pretty out here. Yeah, I like this road. This is a pretty road. Anyway, Motor Warriors, today I want to tell you about another friend of mine. Well, a group of friends. These were guys that I was in a band with, and we, thought we were really cool, badass, hippie rock and rollers, and all that kind of stuff. And out of the four of us, three of us rode motorcycles. One of them crashed when he was a kid, said screw that crap, I don't know how you do it, and he never rode again. But anyway, and if you ride dirt bikes, you know that if you don't, if you give up after the first time you crash, you ain't ever going to ride, whatever. I mean, because riding dirt bikes, you are going to go down. If people tell me they ride dirt bikes or used to ride dirt bikes and that they never had a wreck on the bike, never went down on the bike, I automatically think they're either lying, which is probably the case, or they were driving like 90-year-old grandmothers that weren't having any fun. Because when you ride in the dirt, if you're having fun and you're going up over jumps, and you're going to go down. It's just the reality of it. Oh, look at this old town, man. But anyway, this story is about one of the bands that I was in. And we were out bumming around one night, smoking weed and drinking alcohol. We were pretty high. And one of the guys, he had the notion that he wanted to do something over the highway from the bridge. Now, this bridge we were talking about, that bridge had no access to the highway. So as people are coming down that highway, there's no way they're going to be able to get back to us. To get to where we are, you had to go like way out of the way to try and get to where we were. We were only there because we had been riding out in the country and whatever. Long story on that. That part's irrelevant. The part that I want to talk about is that he ended up getting one of his mom's little, I don't know what they call it, those styrofoam mannequin head things, because she would wear wigs. So he got one of those, and then one of the other guys, the guy that was the drummer, he ended up getting some old clothes that he didn't want anymore. And we stuffed it with a bunch of straw from the garden and pinned the little straw man type thing, pinned it to the top of this styrofoam head that my other friend put a wig on, and then drew kind of like a face on it. And then the other guitar, one of the other guitar players that played rhythm guitar, he ended up taking a rope and tying it around the little like neck-like part of that dummy head. And I love this view. But as he and then we tied it to the top of the bridge, and it was starting to get pretty dark. It was about maybe this time of night, and we tied it off on the bridge. We kind of like measured when there was no, whoa, there's a deer, look at that. A buck with one antler. Did you see that buck? I don't know if you saw that or not. Cool. Guess I better not only watch curves, but watch for deer. We waited, there was no cars coming, and so we kind of lowered that thing over the edge of the bridge onto the highway so that it would hang just like roughly above the windshield of a car. So if somebody was going under it, they wouldn't really hit it, we didn't want anybody to hit it. Well, anyway, so we did that, measured it off, and then tied it there, and then pulled it back up. And then we waited. We sat there smoking a joint, waiting for the cars to, waiting for a car to come. And when the car was coming, we waited until it was like right up to where it wasn't going to be able to stop, and threw that stupid mannequin dummy-like thing over the bridge. And when that thing come flying down and hung, the car slammed on its brakes, started doing donuts, spinning around, trying to stop, ended up in the ditch. And we looked, and they all got out of the car. We made sure everybody was okay, and then took off running. We pulled the dummy up, untied it, and then took off running. And man, I tell you, you know, when you have friends that do stupid stuff like that, you don't need enemies, because people like that will get you in trouble. But we thought it was funny. I mean, we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, and we didn't want to tell anybody because, you know, we heard it in the news and whatever, you know, the next day, and we didn't want anybody to know that was us, you know, because we figured we'd still get in trouble for it. And so we didn't really tell anybody, but the four of us knew about it, and we would laugh. And then now I look back and I'm thinking, you know, even though we tied the dummy thing where it wouldn't hit the car, we made sure, you know, that it wouldn't hit the car. But the whole thing is that, what if they'd have lost control and the car would have flipped instead of just going off into the ditch? You know, what if it would have flipped and somebody would have died? You know, but when you're a kid, man, you don't think of that kind of stuff, because you think nothing's ever going to go wrong, and you're going to live forever, and nobody's going to die in your life, and, you know, whatever. And you just think like an idiot, because, you know, when you're a teenager, you pretty much are an idiot. And but anyway, so this is a nice road. I like this. I'm going to have to come out here again when it's a little more light and easier to see, so you can see this road. I like this road. Don't know exactly where I'm going. I have a pretty good idea, but I'm not exactly sure where. But anyway, there's another story for you, Motor Warriors. And it's the whole point is that no matter what you are facing in life, and no matter what kind of person that you are, you know, you can change. Your whole life can change, and you can turn things around in your life. If you're not satisfied with the things you're doing, or satisfied with the friends you have, or the people you hang around with, find some new friends. You know, change your life, change your attitude, change your outlook on things, and you can change. Anyway, Motor Warriors, you know I've said this on pretty much every video. I do also want you to know that I really appreciate all that you do to support my channel. I don't take you guys for granted, and I thank you that, you know, not all of you comment when you watch. You know, it would be nice if you did. It would be nice if y'all gave thumbs up when you watch, but I realize sometimes people watch and then they forget. That's why on most of the channels I watch on a regular basis, and I know that I've always liked their videos, I always give a thumbs up, and then I start a comment so that I remember to do a comment when the video's done. If I'm one of your subscribers, I'll do my best to watch every video and comment, and I watch the whole video, not like a minute and a half of it and go, oh, okay, because I know that with my own videos, people sometimes will watch just a minute or two, and then they, you know, close it out and say they watched it, but then they miss what the video is usually about. Because I know that a lot of times I'll ramble on for a little bit, and then I'll say something, or sing a silly song that I made up, or, you know, something like that, and people miss that. You know, they don't realize that the best part of the video is like in the middle of the video. So I always watch everybody's video in its full, or in its entirety. But that's just me. You know the drill, man. And I mean this. Live your life with the heart of a Viking warrior. Thanks for watching, Motor Warriors. Bye for now.